extremely obese.
Here comes the
Good evening from sunny Orlando, and welcome to Tide Tuesdays. That's right. It's not Taco Tuesday, it's Tide Tuesdays. My name is Julio Zayas. I'm 53 years old, and I've been on a GLP-1 journey since November 3rd, 2025. Today is August 25th, 2026. I'm currently on Zepbound, 7.5 milligrams. My highest weight was 285 pounds. Starting weight was 247. And my current weight is 194 ish. And goal weight is 170. And all this on a towering 5'6" tall. As always, I'm not a doctor and this is not medical advice. I'm a patient, and we are here to have some fun and share our experiences with the best community on YouTube, the GLP-1 community. All right, let's get this party going. If you're new here, we're about to dance. If you're not new here, you better get up. Just wait till the beat drops. Here we go.
Here comes the
Come on. That's right. It is Tuesday, people. Already. That was fast. Welcome to Tide Tuesdays. I'm happy to be back. For those that don't know, I was in Puerto Rico until yesterday. Had our members only live yesterday. So I am happy to be back, and happy to see everyone in here already. So let's start right away. We got Annie, Sandy, GLP-1 Teacher's Journey. Welcome. That's right. Let's get this party started and dance party. Charles, Banjaro Trucker, what's going on? Welcome. That's right. It is Tuesday. And you know what? Before we even say hi to anybody, right off the bat, I think we need to do this because it's such a big milestone for our good friend Charles hitting Wonderland.
Here comes the
You get the fireworks, my friend. Congratulations. Hitting that Wonderland, my friend. That is fantastic, my friend. Welcome to Wonderland. That's a great place to be. Our good friend Grant is in the house. Sunshine. Hello, Sunshine. Glad to have you here. Feels like we're just hanging out. It's only been a couple days. For those that don't know, Members Only Live is on Sundays. We got a chance to hang out from Puerto Rico. You know, it wasn't the best what I had hoped for, but it was pretty good. We got to pull it off. So Denise is in the house. Hello, Denise. Ronnie is here. Panathy is here. Good evening. Nikki is getting zeppies here. Woohoo! Paula is back. What's up, Paula? DB from Pennsylvania. Hello, DB. Welcome. We got 37 people in here. Make sure you smash that like button, help out the algorithm. Appreciate it. We got Lisa Glenn. Hello. I think we were just chatting earlier, right, Lisa? And we've got Big Dave is in the house with 20 jewels gifted, the party hat. So hey, let's keep the party going. We're gonna dance a lot tonight. For those that don't know, we burn calories when we dance. 50 calories every time I play a song. So
Here comes the
why not? Woo! Thank you, Big Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you. Now you guys know how to make the music come on. That's a good way. Thanks, Big Dave. We got Zach in the house. What's going on, Zach? Welcome. And of course, our good friend Travis says hello, Julio. Hope you had a great trip. Good job in keeping weight in check while traveling. Stayed in Wonderland for sure. It was 199.8 this morning, so it was really close. Lowest I hit was 195. I think like day 2 on the trip, but all within 195 to 199, which is where I was. So we'll see what 7.5 does for me without a vacation, because obviously I wasn't eating all that clean. But thanks for checking myself, my friend. We got Eddie G. What's up, Eddie G? It's been a minute, man. Welcome. I think you were here last week, right? Welcome back. TMJ's in the house. What's going on? Emmy Glutide. Emily, welcome. What else we got? Hey, Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. Just saw you earlier on the downsized. Hello, Sherelle. Welcome. And Lisa Brockington. Hello, Lisa. Saw you earlier on the downsize. Robert's here from Gainesville. Robert Howard. It's a cool name. Mr. Howard. That's funny, Nikki. I was heading to the gym. I just need to stop typing. I really suck at it. Very nice. Coco. Hello, Coco. Coco Bella. Oh, Sherry. I'll see you in a minute, Sherry. Hello. Says, hey, Julio, I've missed you and the chat. We have been traveling. That makes sense. And then having guests over. Busy end of the summer. Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah, I'm sure you had a good time and you had company and all that good stuff, and that's okay. But I did miss you. I'm glad you missed me too. We definitely missed you around these parts here. So Emmy Gluten, welcome back, Sherry. And Emmy Gluten asked about Connie, how she's feeling. So those that don't know, Connie is my mother-in-law. She's stepmother-in-law. She's married to my wife's father. And I did a video helping her. She just got approved for the bridge program, and she got her quick pen. And I did a video showing her how to use it. And that was a week from 2 days ago. So it was Sunday, a week from this past Sunday. And Now she took her second shot on Sunday on her own. Before I left, I asked her if she needed me to FaceTime or anything. She said, "No, I got it. I got it. I'm good." So I haven't checked on her since I got back. I've been super busy. We got home at midnight last night. Woke up super tired this morning, and had to go to of course went to the gym today and filmed some. I meant to do the editing and then put the video up before we did the live tonight, but I got a call from a client to see a house, so I went and did that. So I haven't checked on Connie, but she was good as of Thursday or Friday when I talked to her. She was doing good. So thanks for asking. And I'm definitely gonna do update videos with Connie. So definitely gonna bring her on board and do videos of her, how her journey is going. But she was doing good when I talked to her. She had, I think, little or no side effects at all. She was feeling good, barely feeling, feeling the suppression, appetite suppression. She was like, "Oh, it's so nice not to think about food," and so she was feeling good. So she's doing well so far. She's been a good responder on 2.5 of Zepbound. So let's see, what else do we have here? Team J says, got my labs back. LDL was too high, so doc started a statin. Now I'm tired this week. Any recommendations? Anyone that has recommendations on statins? I have never taken statins, so I don't know. Question is, was your LDL high from a previous lab? Be my first question. Like, is it lower than your previous lab, or has it gone up since your previous labs and since taking this medication? Like, if you can kind of elaborate on that a little bit, just kind of wondering how that's going. If you have a baseline since you've been taking the GLP-1, and has the LDL gone up, and did they explain why possibly it's been going up? Nikki says she's got a question. How is 7.5 treating you? And 10 for Angie. Now that it's been a few days, any side effects? Well, that's what today's video was about that I'm going to edit and put out, but I will tell you all about it. So yeah, we took it on Thursday. We went to Puerto Rico on Friday. Thursday we were fine, nothing at all. On Friday we traveled, and we didn't eat until we traveled super early. We got up. Actually, she didn't go to sleep at all. I slept like an hour because we got up, or we were supposed to get up to go to the airport around 3:30 or something like that. We took a super early flight so we could be in Puerto Rico by 9 a.m. And we flew. We got like some, and they give you crumbs on the planes anymore. So it was like some chips, some like pretzel chips, and I think it was like little cookies. It was like brought 3 or 4 in them. Anyways, that's what we had with coffee on the plane. And then when we landed, we went to our favorite restaurant to eat breakfast. It's called Mallorca's, and it's like almost like a sweet bread that has the powdered sugar on top, and then you can have it plain, or you can order it with. We ordered it with ham and cheese, like a breakfast sandwich. It's about this big. I'm sure the calories were high on it, and by high I mean like 600-700 calories, maybe carbohydrates. I don't know, for the sandwich. Would be my guess. But anyhow, and a coffee, and that was our breakfast. No reaction at all. We went out to dinner, I think, that night. Like, we didn't eat again until like dinner time. And once again, we ate pretty normal, nothing major. I think Angie and I split a soup, sopa, which has rice in it. It was delicious. And I ordered a breaded steak with rice and beans. I didn't like it at all. Took like a few bites of it and gave the rest to Angie. I mean, Angie had a few bites, and we really didn't eat that at all. But yeah, the appetite suppression was there. And then the next morning, I went to the bathroom. which would have been Friday morning. And yeah, it was it was it was intense. But it had been a few days since I gone, and we ate that food that was mostly carbohydrate and greasy, a little bit greasier than normal. So I don't know that it was the medication per se. And then Saturday night we went out, or Saturday during the day, like from lunch to like 9 p.m. We went out drinking, and I had four cocktails, which is the first time I've had this many cocktails. That's the most I've had in this on the same day. And by cocktails, I mean I had two mojitos at one restaurant. We call it bar hopping. This is all going to be on the video, by the way, that I filmed today. But we called it bar hopping, but really wasn't bar hopping. It was like we were at a restaurant for like lunch around like 1 o'clock. They happened to have mojitos, pacha mojitos, which is passion fruit, and they put the passion fruit in it. It was delicious, with or without alcohol. That was a delicious drink. So we had two of those, and then we had been there for a long time. We were there like 3.5 hours, just hanging out. It was a nice day out, just talking, and then we left and we went to my uncle's like, "Oh, I want you to see this place called Guitar." You know, we used to go there a lot. So we went over there. It's like an outdoor. They were all outdoor places. Well, not all. The first two, and the second one had a bunch of mosquitoes. My uncle was getting eaten up, so we just had one drink. I had a rum and coke, and then we went to another place just because it was indoors, and we didn't want to just go back to the condo. So went and had another drink, and then a band showed up and put a speaker right next to our table, and it was too loud, so we ended up canceling that. But so that night around 2 o'clock, and then we went to Walmart and bought coffee because we were staying in my uncle's condo, which is like a vacation condo. It's like an hour and a half away from their house in a different city. So, it sits empty. So we were kind of cleaning it up and stuff. And we bought coffee and crackers and bread with butter and cheese. And that's typical of my family growing up in Puerto Rican families to brew coffee, when you have company late at night and bring out crackers and cheese. And, you just kind of, sit there and munch and just chat, whatever. So we did that kind of for my parents have passed since 2021. My mom passed in 2021, and that was her favorite thing to do. So, and this is my uncle, my aunt on my mom's side, and my aunt said she was like my mom's best friend. So I did it kind of like nostalgic, like let's do this, in her memory and just kind of hang out and chit chat. That was really nice. So, you know, it was the food and the alcohol combination. I went again like around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up and use the restroom. Would that have happened without GLP-1s? Probably, I would say, because if you're eating clean and then you're not eating clean and you're drinking and all that stuff's gonna upset your stomach. So I would say that it wasn't the medicine, but it could have been a side effect of 7.5. I don't know. Either way, it didn't bother me. It didn't dehydrate me. I drank water like crazy. The next day, I woke up. I was feeling fine. I haven't gone since. So now it's been Saturday night to Sunday morning. So nothing Sunday, nothing Monday. And, uh, now it's Tuesday. So nothing today. So hopefully by tomorrow, I'll go. Definitely want to purge the rest of the food. So yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as side effects. Same with Angie. She used the restroom a couple times. Nothing major, still hydrated, everything. Not feeling any pain, rumbling stomach, a little bit of like, ooh, a little bit of I gotta go to the bathroom type of pain, but not pain, just like the feeling of oof, I gotta go. But that's it. No nauseas, no throwing up, no headache, no fatigue. We were going to sleep late, waking up super early, hanging out all day. We didn't do a whole lot of walking. My uncle and aunt are elderly. They're in their early 80s. so they don't do a whole lot of walking. So there wasn't a lot of walking. It was more sitting. There was a lot of sitting. I didn't go to the gym at all. We were talking the entire time. We talked from the moment we wake up to night. I didn't get a chance to edit videos. The only time that we didn't talk was when I did my live on Sunday, and they both fell asleep. Well, he fell asleep. I don't know if she did, but he fell asleep. Angie went after she worked. She went and showered and got ready. I think she did her nails or something. So that's the only time, the hour or 2.5 hours that I was on the live. That was long for being with family, but it was nice. It was fun. So, that's what we did. I hope that answers it for Nikki. That was a great question. I really wanted to talk about side effects and how things were have been going for me on 7.5. I do feel the appetite suppression. I feel it. I've definitely felt it. So, today's my first day of eating clean. Woke up this morning, had my shake, my creatine, did some work, real estate work, went to the gym, filmed in the car on the way to the gym, did my workout. By the time I got to the gym, it was already late. Came home, on the way home, I filmed a little bit more. Got home, I ate lunch, late lunch. I got 3 o'clock lunch. And then by 4 o'clock, I had to leave to go and show houses or a house to a client. And then by the time I got home, it was time to do this, get ready for this. So, yeah, I got home right around. Oh, on the way home, we picked up Chick-fil-A. I bought the 30 grilled chicken nuggets. I just ate that before going live now. So that was my dinner. And that's it. That's where we're at. Angie's doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. But ask any other questions that you may have. Um, so Lisa's got some information for TMJ. Have the doctor order a calcium score test. They wanted me to go on one and said no. So they had me go to the test and scored 0, which means I had no plaque. Oh, you did tell me this. Yeah, Lisa told me this, and that's good advice. Yeah, definitely want to do more testing. Don't just want to get on a statin right away. But if the doctor says get on it, you got to get on it. I would listen to the doctor before you listen to me. That's for sure. Don't listen to me. Take what we're telling you to your doctor and go over and see if you can get more information. Okay, so TMJ says it's lower since previous, but she wants it way down. It was 225. LDL was 225. So it's down. You see, my doctor is like, let's look at your next blood test. And that's the way my doctor handles it. Like do the the baseline. Let me look at mine real quick. You say you're at 225. That's LDL, right? I mean, I know mine's normal, but I just want to see what the range is. I guess it would probably, I don't know, it might be different. This thing's going to take forever. All right, my LDL. Is this supposed to be under 100? Is that the range it's supposed to say? Mine is saying LDL is 68 and yours is 225, but it's going down, but they want it to be lower. Yeah. Um, you know, you've got to check it out. I mean, obviously, you got to follow what your doctor says, but just keep in mind that if it's going down, it's going down. If it's going down, that's kind of like for me that baseline. If it was 300, now it's 225. You've been doing it for 3 months, 6 months. I don't know how long you've been doing GLP-1, and you're losing weight, and you're getting healthier metabolically. If it's going down substantially, just kick around the idea of it, and if your doctor says, it won't hurt to wait a little bit and then do another test and see where it's at. Just something to keep in mind. But if she's adamant that you need to take it, do what your doctor says. Ooh, Sherry O wants to dance. Let's dance. It's already been too long. Here we go. 30 joules.
Here comes the
Oh, Sherry, thank you so much. That's obnoxiously loud, isn't it? Ooh, thank you, Sherry O. Appreciate that. Steve Marquez, late to the party. Hi, everyone. What's going on, Steven? All right, where are we at? 813, 826. Hey, Pam is here. Hi, Pam. Okay, so you did get the advanced lipid test because you got the APO A and B, and you're saying those have to be worked on as well. So, well, that's good that you got the advanced stuff, and your doctor knows best. Just some people have said that statins can be tough on you, so just something to keep in mind. Todd is in the house. What's going on, my friend? Hot spotting out in the tools. I don't know what that is. Toolays. I saw your video, man. Um, how long was your sleep study, dude? Mine was like one night, and that was it. And that was 20 years ago. The one that I did recently, they just put a thing on my finger that reads and lets them know what's going on. I believe that was it. Without the CPAP, I think. Yes, DB. Asopao con aguacate. It was so good. There was this place in Bayamon. Forget the name of it, but it was really, really good. Probably the best asopao that I've had in a long time. Wow. Zip bound it is greetings from cabin number 7, giving us the whole detail here. I love it. And I don't know what that is. Douglas Fir Forest in North America, Oregon. You're in Oregon. That's awesome. Welcome. Welcome today. Welcome again. Welcome back. Hey, Jeff. Devil Dog Jeff. It's in the house. Great question. Todd says Julio did 7.5 move the needle. I'm not judging it yet because I took it and went on vacation, and I ate vacation food. I didn't eat, crazy. My calories haven't really counted them yet, but I mean, just off the top of my head, I'm within. um, I would say within my TDEE, you know, my which is about 2,800, 2,800 calories daily. So I don't think I ate more than that. I ate twice daily. So I'm pretty sure I'm right around there, but I got to do the counting for sure. I took pictures of the food. So um, I should remain the same. And I left at 199 pretty much, 198, 199. And I think I'm pretty much the same right. I mean, I am the same right now. So I think I just maintained this week. But I'm not going to question the medication yet, the 7.5, just because I haven't had a normal week. So this week will be more telling for me. And also, injection number two should, uh, be the compounding 7.5 on 7.5 as opposed to 7.5 on 5. So, um, but we'll see. Maybe nothing. It's not gonna move the needle at all. I may have to go to 10. We'll see. But yeah, so far nothing, man. Good question. Great question. I just bought the compounded terzepatide from Cheryl says. So my pharmacy was changed to Revive. Anyone have so uh, good results with Revive Pharmacy? Mine was just changed to. I mean, I just changed to compounded terzepatide. I haven't tried it yet because I'm still using my Zepbound. So, but mine is from Revive. So, great question. I hope we get good answers here. That everybody likes it. We'll see. Jeff wants to know if everybody discovered a tailbone after weight loss. That's hilarious, man. Because yeah, man, the sitting on the toilet doesn't feel the same anymore. My butt is not cushioned the way it used to be. I could sit there for hours. Now I'm there for 20 minutes. I'm like, ah, I gotta go. I'm tailbone and everything. But like my butt bones, my leg bone, butt bones, I don't know. There's no cushion back there anymore. Vanessa, Successa. Hi, Julio. I'm going through some similar lipid challenges. I'm getting my calcium score test done tomorrow. This seems to happen to a lot of people who lost weight rapidly. We'll know more soon. Yeah, Vanessa, we were supposed to chat. We are supposed to do some sleuth work and combine our brains and figure stuff out. But whatever happened to that? We fell short. Fell short. What happened? Yeah, Denise says the same thing. Booty hurt. Everybody found their tailbone. That's funny. Crickin' the Kraken. Hey, Terry, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Glad you made it, Terry. Sunshine says to Cheryl, more and more telehealths are picking up Revive. While they had a bad rap in 2023, they are gaining attraction. Um, yeah, I did talked about it on my video. I did a video, I don't know, last week, and I talked about the negative, um, two negative things that have happened to Revive or that Revive has gone through, but it didn't take him down, and but it does have some decent reviews. I will tell you that my me and my sister ordered our our medication from Bell, and I think she's Revive as well. I'm not sure, 100% sure. Mine came within 24 hours. It was crazy, and that was last week. think it was Wednesday or Tuesday or something, or Monday. I don't know, Monday to Tuesday or Tuesday to Wednesday, but it came within 24 hours. Hers still hasn't come. She got a delayed notice today. So I don't know. We'll see. If it comes from Revive, I'll let you know if I had to do anything with that. But hopefully that's not the case. You know, she's still on Zbound. She's making the switch like I am. So she's not desperate, but she's like, what's going on? We want our stuff when we get it. So, you know. Todd asks, Julio, you still doing CPAP? Yes, I am. I didn't take it with me on vacation. I don't snore as much as I used to or as loud because my wife can actually sleep next to me now when I don't have the CPAP. But she says I do still snore. So I'm getting close. I was gonna wait to 190. So I'm gonna probably wait to like 185 when I'm like a solid 190, under 190 to do the sleep test again, to see. But I'm pretty close because I used to snore at the point where I used to be at the point where if I didn't use the CPAP, I was gonna die that night. Like I was that scared of it. So um yeah, I'm for sure still gonna use it. You know, I didn't like I said, I didn't take it with me. So for 4 days I didn't use it. I used it last night and I was glad to use it, to have that. But I also worried that the pressure now is too much. I got a lot of pressure coming from that machine. But yeah, I'm still using it, man. Thanks for asking. Nancy says back Sunday from 5 week road trip. Usually don't worry about it on vacay. Since it was long, I determined not to gain. Height, laps, water aerobics daily. This AM down 13 pounds. I want a pool now. That's awesome. That is awesome. Hope you can get your pool. That's fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Depending on the vacation, whether I work out or not, walk, exercise, what I do or don't do has a lot to do with the type of vacation. That was going to be a hangout with my elderly uncle and aunt and just chill with them and talk and eat food. And, they like to feed you and stuff and they like to go out. I wanted them to get out of the house and eat. I wanted, they don't like to drive. So I was there to drive them and be able to take them out and stuff. And that's what we did. So it was going to be not a it was short too. It was Thursday to Monday. So, Friday to Monday, really. So it wasn't bad. Oh, Julio. Tools is like the boondocks, like out in the middle of nowhere in Oregon. Gotcha. 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 You almost said call me J-Lo there. That's close. That's between Julio and J-Lo. It's not quite J-Lo, but it's not quite Julio. That was good. That was a funny typo. But now I know Boondocks is tools. You've mentioned it a few times. I meant to Google it, but I'm glad I asked. Never heard of tools before. I also had never heard of the what was it that you guys called it? The devil's uh lettuce. Devil's lettuce. I had never heard of that until I met you guys. This GOP community is corrupting me and sending me no, just kidding. That's funny. By the way, who put out a really good video today? Oh man, I watched so many videos today, but um, it was Lynn. Lynn put out a nice video today, talking about the community and all the channels that she's watched and learned from, and since she started her journey and stuff. It was really really nice, really nice video. Not because I'm on it, which I am. No, but she just really broke it down and her journey and stuff is really nice. If you're able to go to Lynn's channel, she's on my on my subscription description below. Her channels there, Lynn G, I think. Um, check it out. She's almost to getting monetized. She's like at 1,000 subscribers, but she needs to watch hours. So if you're able to go to Lynn's channel and give her some love, it'll help her get to that point. That's hilarious, Travis. When I noticed my hip bones, I had to go to Google to see what they were. I thought something was wrong. That's definitely a running joke in my house. I always talk with my wife when I lay in bed next to her. I'm like, feel this. I don't know what's going on. It's just my rib cage. I can actually feel it now. I never, not that I never felt it, but I don't remember feeling it ever. I was a kid last time I was this weight, so I don't remember it. Amy loses it. Hey, Amy. Um, Hello, Julio. Nice to see you. Congratulations on your newest weight loss milestone. I think I heard you hit Wonderland. I hit Wonderland in May, but I've stayed in the upper numbers of Wonderland. So because I've been stalling, pretty much stalling around that 195 to 199 range. I say 194 because that's the lowest I've been, 194 to 199. I titrated up to 7.5 recently as of Thursday. So it hasn't even been a week yet, 5 days ago, in hopes that uh, takes care of it. Because I've tried all the other stuff, lowering my calories, raising my calories, lowering my calories, eating less carbohydrates, and all that good stuff. So, and it doesn't seem to move the needle. It's like a set point right there that I'm stuck at. So, but thanks for checking. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for being kind. Um, I think I know you were mentioned on Lynn's uh, um, video today that I saw. She spoke very nicely of your channel as well. And Amy, this is Amy's channel. Amy loses it. So go and check out her channel as well. And I believe, I'm almost positive, Amy, you should be. And if not, shame on me because I watch your channel. She's in the description as well. So go and click on it and subscribe to her channel. Show her some love if you can, please. Ooh, it's time to dance. It is time to dance. Todd 80. 5, 50, now you get to hang out on Sundays and go on a Zoom call with us. That's what we do on Sundays. We Zoom. Woo! Come on, guys. Let's do some weight. Todd 80. Gifting the 5 memberships. Very nice. Thank you, sir. And those new members, congratulations. Coolest membership on YouTube. Ah. Todd says, smash that like button. Pump up the likes. Thank you. Thank you. We got 40 in the house. Let's pump it up. Pump it up. Oh, Sherry says, doing my strength training while listening. It's hard to keep up with guests. My sister was here for 2 weeks, just left 2 days ago. And now we have another guest arriving tomorrow for 5 days. It's not even the holidays yet. Oh, that's gonna end, and then you're gonna start again for the holidays. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. Hey, Leanne's in the house. Says hi all. I'm doing a Manjaro journey with Pam special. I'm riding my stationary bike while I watch Julio in the background. Oh, that's awesome. Super multitasking. Fantastic. Travis says, ever since I was about 10, I had very noticeable love handles. And when I would walk, my arms would rub on them when they swing. I noticed the other day my arms swing freely now. Friction free NSV. That is fantastic, my friend. No more love handles to cramp your style. DB, I don't know if you're talking to me and if it's about the titration stuff. 2 May, June, July. 3 months around the 199 range area. 195 to 199. It was time. It was time to titrate. 5 milligrams since December, at least for me. It was time to do it. Nina says, "Hi, so happy to see you live. 6 months on tirzepatide and have lost 60 pounds. That is fantastic. It's 10 pounds a month, if my math is correct. That is killing it. That's over 2 pounds per week. You are moving, Nina. Moving, shaking and baking. Congratulations. That's awesome. DB says my pharma from pharmacy is through Pharmacy Hub. Tirzepatide B6. Not happy with this combo at all. My body feels itchy. The doc said the B6 is very low, yet I'm still feeling those side effects. Hate it. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting because I'm not gonna say that I'm feeling that or that I felt that, but I'm always very paranoid about things, and I know that people feel that some sort of burning sensation or something on their skin with retatrutide. That's what I've heard the reports say, and of course at 7.5 while I was in Puerto Rico, I'm like, am I feeling something like that? Am I feeling something? But it may just be my head. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I hadn't heard terzepatide causing itchy feelings, and you're right. It may be B6, and that's why I switched the dose before I titrated up before changing to the compound that I have in the fridge right now from Bell, because I didn't want to not know if it's the, like you're saying, the B6, or because mine's B6 too, and I didn't want to not know if it was the B6 or the new terzepatide, the compounded, or if it was the titrating up. So I'm glad I titrated up, and I'll probably do this Thursday. I'll do it again before I go to the compounded. Hey, Terry says, I'm very excited that I finally made it under 150 pounds, but I'm going on vacation next week, so I'm going to enjoy the next couple of days while I can. I know what that's like. That's awesome. Congratulations, under 150. You're beating Angie. Angie's trying to get under 150. She's like 149, 151, 149, 151. So she went up to 10 milligrams. I'm hoping that does it for her. Michael says, I'm praying that I will eventually be able to dump my CPAP machine. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one, my friend. Vanessa says, some good news. I just entered the 140s this morning, 149.9, but it still counts. 4 more pounds, and I'll be down 100. Wow, that's amazing. Let me know when you hit that 100. I don't have a weight goal anymore. Dexa percent says, I still have a ways to go. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it too. Like I'm looking at it like really I want to be below a 33 waist. I'm 5'6", which is 66 inches, and 50% of your height is a gauge of how to tell metabolic health for your gut. So that's a big gauge I'm looking for. Right now I'm wearing 34 pants, but I'm more like a 36 to 38 waist because you know your pants are usually smaller than your actual waist. Excuse me. Congratulations, Vanessa. That's awesome. 149. You and Angie are on the same weight, pretty much. She was 151 this morning, I believe, but back from vacation, so she's right there. Yeah. Great job to both Nancy and Vanessa, both of you. I Love Alta says hello. I found your channel earlier this week and subbed. You have a lot of useful information. Thank you so much. And we did chat. I did see your comment, and we chatted in the comments when you subbed. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I hope you get to know everybody here. Everybody say hello to I Love Alta, Alta 2. Um, welcome. Travis says to Vanessa, you're damn right that counts. Congrats. That does. That surely does, Vanessa. Question for Julio from Nancy Germain. Have any of you been to a 1-day OAC meetup? One-day OAC meetup. You mean like at OAC or the people from OAC meeting up? I'm not sure what the question is. You were at OAC. Oh, you mean like the whole conference? Yeah, Orlando was my first one. Travis says Orlando was his first one. You're going to a 1-day meetup in Columbus, Ohio, October 17th. Is that, are you talking about the downsize meetup or OAC? I haven't heard of an OAC meetup. I've heard of the downsize. They're doing some meetups. I don't know about Ohio. I think in Ohio maybe one of them. I know New York. I believe it's one in Texas, maybe Dallas. I love Alta says, I saw my belly button today. That's hilarious that you say that because I remember I've seen my belly button once or like twice. And that was in high school. And I remember that day when I saw that I was doing wrestling at the time, really extreme dieting, and I saw my belly button. That was such a big day. I ran across the street and showed my best friend Gary. I'll never forget that. And that's pretty funny that you're saying that. I would love to see my belly button again. Congratulations on that. It's a huge NSV. I love Alta too. That's funny. I gotta take a picture of that. That just cracked me up. All right. Yep. Amy's killing it. 70 pounds. That's awesome. Amy's got a cool channel as well. GLP-1 Journey's got a cool channel. Jeff's got a cool channel. Support, 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 guys, for sure. What else do we have here? How far back am I? 842, 855. It's not too bad. Yep. Leanne says, love watching Amy, Pam, and Lynn. Yeah, they're all awesome. Yep. Todd says, new members join us on Sundays. Yeah, we're having a really nice time on Sundays. We started doing Zoom call right after the live. It's super awesome. Get to know everybody and see their faces and chat. And for those of us that don't like to read, it's nice not to have to read so much. Although some of you end up texting in the during the Zoom in between being able to chat because you know sometimes it's a lot when we got a lot of people in there, but it's fun. It's a blast. You gotta come in and check it out. Travis says, I'm hoping the meetups for the downsides go well and they include Denver, Kansas City, or Minneapolis next year. Yeah. I'm having a meetup too in Orlando, November 13th and 14th. For those that are interested, I know I'm a small little new channel, but if you're interested, let me know. I'm going to do a sign up for anybody who's interested in coming in and meeting me. So let me know. Dennis says, bet you're not losing weight, Julio, because you're gaining muscle. That's very possible. That's very, very possible. I'm getting a lot of compliments. People saying, "Man, dude, you're looking like you're gaining muscle, like you're getting jacked." And I'm getting a lot more of those comments lately. And my shirts are feeling more loose around the waist, but a little bit tighter around my arms and neck area too. Like uh maybe I'm hopeful. DEXA scan said I gained 8 pounds of muscle, 3 on my upper body and 5 on my legs since December. I don't know. Muscle grows very slowly, so I don't know how that ratio is. How much muscle you can actually gain. But I have been consistently working out. I haven't stopped. I go all the time, and I enjoy it. So that could be as well. I got to check it out. Travis says, I can't hide the power of walking enough. It's supercharged my fat loss journey way more than Zepbound could do alone. Fat loss is just tip of the iceberg. Yeah, I mean, I definitely encourage the walk as well. I I I walk like today. I walked 30 minutes on the walking pad this morning and 30 minutes at on the treadmill at the gym. I don't always do an hour every day. That's just so that's another thing. Like but something I always want to say is, be cognizant of sustainability because I know previously to this medication, I would start doing and then progressively build. And within 3 months, I was running 45 minutes to an hour on the treadmill at 5.0 to 6.0, somewhere around there. And that eventually I would start be like, I don't want to do that today. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that again. And then that was part of my I don't want to. So now I just walk, and sometimes I feel like walking 10 minutes, sometimes I feel like walking an hour, and I don't give myself like a set. But I know we're all different. I think Travis walks a lot and he loves walking and he enjoys it, and It's great. So if you like walking, do it. But it's definitely better for your joints and all that than running. But if you love running, run. do do the what is it? Do run. Yeah. Todd says, so as I said last chat, I'm caving Thursday, going to 7.5, stalling this early in the journey for 2 weeks. It makes sense for me considering how well it was going before hitting my stall. Eating clean. Yeah, I mean, if we know our bodies, we know ourselves, we know what the medication has called for. We're not all the same. Some people, like Lynn, I was listening to her earlier. She's an interesting um, GLP-1 user. This is something that I didn't know until today. I was watching a lot of her videos, because I want to hype up or get her more hours. So I was watching. I went to her first video and started watching them at the gym back to back. Which her first ones are like all like 6 to 8 minutes, or not even very long, anyways. But um, I was watching her videos, and I'm glad I did because I learned something I didn't know about Lynn. And Lynn is her family. They do most of their eating out, like in restaurants. In restaurants, they eat out in restaurants all the time, and that's something that I'm always like, man, I hope I don't eat much. I don't want to eat out much because we find that food out, out in restaurants, you don't know what's in it, right? Everybody always says that you don't know what's in that stuff, salt, sodium, all this stuff. You don't know what they cook it with, sweets, carbohydrates, whatever they put in there. So, you're kind of deterred from going to restaurants as much as possible. Try to eat clean. Eating clean is like eating at home, whole foods, right? That's the typical suggestion. And here you have Lynn, and I already forgot how much she's lost, but she's lost all her weight. She's been in maintenance. She's been doing it for 2.5 years, successful at this, and you can see in her videos, I mean, her journey, losing weight. It's obvious on the videos. And she's done it all eating at restaurants and at 2.5. And those are two things that most people say that it's not normal, it's not typical, right? So nothing is typical. Some people don't lose anything until they hit 10, 12.5, 15. Some people don't lose anything at all, no matter what dose they use. And I know we tend to want to say, well, maybe they're not doing this, maybe they're not doing that. And the doctors, Dr. Anya really, and Christopher says this too, and Lorraine, to caution against, um, which I don't disagree with, right? And there's always a fine line, and there's a conversation to be had, but we don't want to be, how do I put this? We don't want to be the same as everybody that we've always dealt with that has told us we're not doing enough. That, the medication is the medication is, and there's a double-edged sword, right? You don't want somebody to titrate all the way to 15 because they didn't lose 5 pounds this week, and they want to lose 5 pounds, not 2 pounds. So they lost 2 pounds instead of 5 pounds, and now they're going to titrate up and titrate up. You know, we want to caution against that, right? Doctors want to caution against that, not us, because we're not doctors. But but at the same time, you don't want to tell somebody who just went up to 5 or 7.5 or 10 or whatever, and say to them, well, did you eat in a deficit, and did you walk, you know 30,000 steps this month or whatever, this week? um you know, we want to give the tools to everybody, and talk about it and discuss it, and trust that they're doing what they're doing, the best way possible. It's my little speech there. uh, so welcome to 7.5, to the dark side, Todd. Let me know how it works for you, my friend. See, Jeff is doing evening rides on his dusted off bicycle. That's awesome. So Todd gets itchy around the injection for a few days. Could it be the bee they add in the compound? How do I get around that? That may not be that. My wife gets itchy and a red circle right around her injection point, um, and she's still Zeb bound. So branded, and it was really bad on her stomach to the point where the following week it was still there. Now she's gone to the thigh, and on her thigh, she gets it a little bit, but it goes away right away. Itches for like a day, and that's it. And she put some sort of cream on it. I can't remember right now. Question from Love. I love Alta. Right in the tide. Do you have any tips for traveling with terzepatide? Flying in states, not out of the country. I haven't had to do it yet. I know that Christopher and Lorraine, they always talk about it. I've seen it myself. I've seen the on Facebook. I need to put that on my description because I haven't used it. I like to only put stuff in the description of stuff that I've used. I don't want to add things that I have no idea. Um, but they sell containers that keep your medication cold for traveling. And they're on Amazon and they're not expensive. But they even have like some of them are really nice. They have a little window where you can see the temperature and everything inside of the container. So definitely check that out. I'll probably add one to my. I need to buy one anyways. I'll buy one. I'll review it and I'll add it to the description. Yeah. So Cricket the Kraken says she tried Retta. I got severe skin sunburn feeling. I had to stop after 2 weeks, but I also get that sometimes under Zipatide too. I've tried different additives and I have had it on different ones. Interesting. So there's that experience. We're all different, but we all, there's people on Reddit don't feel that at all. Also depends on the dose, maybe. That wasn't a statement, that was kind of a question. Time for a break. You're welcome for the welcome. Thank you for coming, being part of it. Travis says, Julio, OAC does regional one-day meetup meetings around the U.S. Didn't know that. Thank you so much for that information. Good to know. I'm sitting here promoting them. You see this right here, 2027 OAC, and I didn't even know they did a meetup. I gotta look into this stuff. Well, I hope they come to Orlando, and they were already in Orlando. Yep, Nancy says that people from OAC have one-day meetup around the country. That's awesome. Travis, that's funny. Travis says, loose skin is gonna forever hide my belly button. Friendly reminder of what I was, I guess. That's right. We're proud, my friend. Wear those scars proud. I do. Todd says, pretty nice to see your toes in the shower without having to bend over. LOL. Thank you for keeping it clean, my friend. Thank you for keeping it clean. And I don't mean shower, but keeping it clean. Ah. B-holes in the house. Hello, everyone. I am in South Bend, Indiana for work this week. I weigh 239.6. I meant to respond to you earlier, ma'am. Sorry. I didn't respond to that. But yeah, that's fantastic. 239 this morning. First time getting below 240 for well over a decade. That is fantastic, my friend. Welcome, welcome. That is awesome. I hope you're still in the building. We haven't danced. That's a definite. And B Hall.
Here comes the
Woo! Congrats on the milestones. Congrats, congrats. Jotty's in the house. Good evening, Jotty. Travis says, we will see what the winter brings in regards to my love for walking. I hate the treadmill. Yeah. I'm not crazy about the treadmill. The walking pad, I don't mind. At home, I I always try to do very little. Almost every time I get on the walking pad, I'm like, I'm gonna do 10 minutes and that's it. And I end up doing 20, 30 minutes. Like I did 30 minutes this morning and I meant to do 10. So that happens at the gym too. I meant to do 10 to warm up and I end up doing 30. And most of the time it's because I'm watching somebody's video or I'm listening to something and then I get caught up in it. And before I know it, I'm like, oh, it's already been 22 minutes. I got 8 minutes left. I'll just finish up. So there's that. But there's also the mall, man. I do go to the mall when I have time. If I got like an hour and I'm out and about, like, you know what? I'm going to hit the mall and just walk around. I like walking around the mall and just window shopping and checking out some Apple gadgets and stuff like that. So um, I enjoy doing that, especially during the holidays. So I'm looking forward to these holidays to be able to go to the mall and there, people watch and all that good stuff. So um, Jody is driving but listening. So let's scare Jody a little bit. Jody, be careful. You better pull over. Oh, that's not nice. That would scare me. That would scare me if I'm driving and I hear that. That would scare me. I don't know what you guys listen to my channel when you're driving. I'm playing. I hope that didn't scare you. Who can pull up Lynn's channel real quick and put it on here? Nancy's saying good night. Good night, Nancy. She says, I think if you search your Weight Matters Regional 2026, you'll find the info. I was invited by email. Nice. You're big time over there, huh? They didn't invite me. Barb says, the downside said Seattle on their live today. And I got so excited. Then they said, oops, Vancouver. 4 hours, 22 minutes from me. LOL. That's funny. That's funny, Barb. Yeah, that would stink. No, Pam is not GLP-1 teacher. Lynn's, I'm gonna get it for you, Pam. I'm gonna get it for you. But good night, Nancy. Barb says, Toth, I'm going to 7.52. I have apnea, and the study said 10 and up got the best results, but I will still go slowly. Don't want to run out of runway, as they say. Yep. Take it easy. We all got to take it easy. Hey, Michelle. Frankly, Michelle is here. Hi, all. Dropping in to listen as I go night-night. That's right. We're going to put you to sleep. Go to sleep, Michelle. Go to sleep. Rock on my baby. I don't even know the words. I just made that up. Yep. Michelle says she's traveled with hers. Just with her medication, just make sure that you keep the ice pack, that the ice pack is frozen. No issues with TSA. Asking Michelle, and she says no issues. Been several times. Once they pulled it, opened it, and said it is fine. Todd says Jadi and Julio need to do a jacked special edition YouTube broadcast. Let's do it, Jadi. We'll do a pose down. That's funny. Jadi's like, I'm down. Let's go. Let's do it. Michelle says, make sure the ice is frozen. I love Alta as a man. How do you know? And I don't know. Todd says, Jadi, there's a challenge if Julio is game. I'm always game. Are you kidding me? I love this stuff. I'm always down like 4 flat tires. Yeah, Michelle, how are you doing? Thank you, Travis. Let's go. Crazy busy, Michelle. How far behind am I? 912. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Awesome. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know I forget sometimes when I'm on a live, I'm doing the live thing, writing, watching, and I forget to hit the thumbs up or like button. And when I'm reminded, I'm like, ooh, I better do it now. So if you guys get a chance to do that, that'd be great. Todd uses the treadmill to warm up 20 minutes before. Pam says, why does the walking pad seem better than the treadmill? For me, I like how it's smaller and fits the room, not bulky. But yes, walking outside goes by faster. Yeah, I think of the walking pad as a last resort. I need to just move for whatever reason. So I don't look at the walking pad as my mode of exercise. I look at it more of like, man, I haven't walked in 2 hours. I haven't moved. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. Let me just knock out 10 minutes of walking. And I get on the walking pad. It's easy to turn on fast. It's compact is there. Get on it, end up doing 20 minutes, get off it. That's the way I look at the walking pad. Treadmill, I look at as a warming tool, getting warmed up for weightlifting. And then, the mall or outside. I don't really walk much outside because for me, outside it's either too hot, too cold, too rainy, too bugs, something. So I don't like walking outside, but I like the mall. That's my favorite place to go walk. I wish I need to do it more. Nikki says, "Whew, what a workout. I was dancing in the pool, but luckily there were only 3 other people at this time." That's awesome. That's awesome. Charles is back. Yes, Pam. That is very interesting. Interesting, isn't it? Because I mean, seriously, I've just always felt like you eat out, you're playing Russian roulette, you're gambling, right? With what you eat. And she's got videos on it explaining how she does it, and she's lost all her weight and maintenance eating out all the time. She eats out, I think she says all the time. Maybe she eats at home once in a blue moon, but it's mostly eating out. Her whole family does. So yeah, once again, that's the thing that I try not to do anything that I cannot sustain, that I cannot do all the time. I've set myself up to do the things that I can do and that I will want to do a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. And like the weightlifting muscle stuff for me is even temporary. Like I look at it as muscle preservation during the weight loss, not to maintain. And I may continue to work out the same way I'm working out now. Once I go to maintenance, and more than likely I will because I'm enjoying it, but I'm not using it as this is for me to lose weight, or I'm not using it as this is for me to maintain weight loss. I'm using it more for the muscle retention and strength and stuff like that, but muscle retention, because we're being fear mongered into believing that if we take the medication, we're going to lose all our muscle. And I did say fear monger because I feel like it's a little extreme sometimes. I mean, it's definitely something legit to think about, but I don't think it's as bad as some people make it seem. And I do find that there are metabolic benefits. Not that I find. I mean, doctors say there's metabolic benefits to muscle, to having muscle. Um, so I mean, I'm also leaning that direction as well, like thinking about that. And I suggest to anybody that can work out to work out as much as they can, but also just think about the sustainability of it. We don't want to burn ourselves out. That's a big deal. Don't burn yourself out. Thank you, Pam. She says, I've made it a habit to hit the like button as soon as I go into a live to help everybody out. That's awesome. Thank you. Emily says, do you do Zoom every Sunday or was that a new thing? Every Sunday so far. I mean, we just started 3 Sundays ago. I didn't used to do it, but Charles, from Joe Trucker. I mean, before Charles, people were asking me what I do. I think Travis asked, or B Hall, or somebody had asked. I confused Travis B Hall and Texas Shane, but somebody had asked, and I was going to look into it. I had it in my notes. I was going to look into it because somebody had mentioned it. And then when Charles mentioned it a few weeks ago, he's like, man, you should really do that. I was like, yeah, you're right. And I was kind of looking into it. I'm like, I mean, I should do a Zoom. And then the one night he's like, are you going to do it? I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. So it was 3 Sundays ago, the first time. And now it's been, but yeah, I'm down. We'll do that every Sunday. I thought that was fun. We'll keep on doing it. See, truckers like, yeah, every Sunday. Yes, Emmy, every Sunday. She says, I think that was my first Sunday. I used to work Sunday nights up until the other day. LOL. Well, cool. And it was great having you there. I'm glad you were there. Sorry I couldn't get the cookies to work. If you get a walking pad, my friend, description below. Daddy says, I love my walking pad. If it weren't for that, I don't think my weight loss would have been as consistent. I use that thing all winter long with my weighted vest. There it is. It's good to have something, and the treadmills are typically a little bit pricier. Not typically, they are pricier. So, I looked at the walking pad. I think it was like $120, $130, maybe $150. And I figured if it breaks down in a couple of years and I buy a new one, that's still less expensive than buying a treadmill, even if it lasts me longer. Oh, third week, and it is a regular thing. Yeah, if you're able to get a cheap treadmill and you have the space for it too, because that's another good thing about the walking pad is that you can slide it under a desk. You can slide it, pick it up. It's like 7 or 8 pounds. My walking pad is very light. You can lean against the wall and get out of the way. The treadmill needs more space, more. We mainly leave our walking pad out because it's not that big. Yeah, Pam says the walking pad. That makes sense. The walking pad does seem very convenient. It made it much easier for me to get my movement in when I can't get outside, and I wish I had a small mall closer to me. Yeah, that could be a problem for the mall. Yeah, my mall is like 10 minutes tops, 7 to 10 minutes. Trucker wants to get a vest. And I was getting ready to call you. So I'm glad you came all on your own. Hi, everyone. Sorry that I'm late to the party. Been at the gym. Great reason to miss is to be at the gym. Welcome, Carol. Welcome, welcome. Leanne says, I miss walking so much. One of the big reasons I love to watch Pam as she takes us walking through the beach and those birds the morning were uh, so fun to just sit and watch. Thanks, Pam. That's very nice, Leanne. Nikki says, I need to get on the walking pad. I don't know what's keeping me off of it, honestly. Try this and tell me if it works. Honestly, seriously, try this. Try 1 to 3 minutes once a week. That's it. Just tell yourself that, Nikki. Say, you know what? Julio said to just do 1 to 3 minutes. I'm going to get on it for a minute to 3 minutes, and then I'm getting off of it. That's it. And do that once a week. And then if you think about it again, then do it twice, down the line whenever you're up to it. And if you're on for 2 minutes and you get into that 3 minute mark and you're like, you know what, I can do five, you know, always bump up a little bit. That's another thing. I used to be like, doing 15 minutes on the treadmill running, and then I would go, man, I got to get to 30. And then the following week, I'm like, I got to get to, I got to do another 5 minutes. I got to do another 10 minutes. I got to do another 10 minutes. Come on, push yourself. No, don't do that. That really, that made me not want to do it. So I suggest small increments. I'm going to do 1 more minute, or I'll do 30 seconds and walking and not breathing hard. Make sure, if you have a monitor for your heart rate, keep your heart rate low, like 110, 100, 110 average. If you go above that, then scale it back, go slower or go less time, and build from there. This is a massive marathon. This is a massive journey. We need to do this as slow as possible and take our time and grow it that way. But try that and let me know. Let me know if it works. Just give it a go. Do it for me. Do it and try it and let me know if it works. Yeah. Todd's brought it home. I believe B Hall has brought it home. We bought some dumbbells as well, or but dumbbells. Todd's got the Total Gym adjustable dumbbells. Half hour to the gym. I can get some stuff done with those dumbbells. Travis says I burnt out 2 walking pads last year and bought a lower tier full size treadmill from Amazon. It holds up way better. But one for my 76-year-old mother too, to help her maintain mobility. That's awesome, man. I love that. Love to hear that. Yeah, I mean, if you can do the treadmill, go for it. They should last longer. I mean, treadmills can still break down, but yes, Carol, Nikki was at the gym, but she was also watching or paying attention, listening. Just messing with you, Carol. Where am I at now? 9:23. I'm about 10 minutes. I'm good. I'm doing good tonight. This is the best I've done. I'm not out like 30 minutes. Oh, that's cool. Carol bought a pickleball net returner recently so she can hit the balls back. That's awesome. Juddy says, yes, treadmills do hold up better. I have a mini treadmill as well, and I used one in my bedroom. And I have the walking pad upstairs. I love my walking pad because the incline goes up higher. Oh, you got a fancy walking pad. I didn't get the one with the inclining. That's cool. Returner plugs into the power packs. Edward's got a question. What's up, Edward? What's your goal weight and why? My goal weight is 170 pounds. And the reason why I chose 170 pounds is because um, my Marine Corps height and weight standards was 170 in 1996 at the age of 22 years old. And when I left, I think I was 28 years old when I left, and I was also I was still required to be 170 pounds. I only made height and weight standards for um, 10 days, or like a few days. Um, and then I never made weight again. So I'm trying to go back to Marine Corps height and weight standards for when I was in the Marine Corps. I feel like that weight is a good weight for my height and my build. BMI wise, I'm supposed to be under 155, I believe. 150 or 155 is where I'm supposed to be BMI wise um, to be normal size, I guess, not obese or morbidly obese or overweight. Um, I'm shooting for being obese in the BMI category, but based off of muscularity, muscles, not fat. I want to get rid of the fat, replace it with muscle, and still be at a 30 something BMI because of my, muscles. So, and be considered, overweight or obese. Um, so, that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like the trajectory is going that direction because more importantly, I like to be like a 31 waist, 31 waist. And right now, and I'm saying like pants, right now I'm a 34, a snug 34, an uncomfortable 34, wearable 34, but just I don't like wearing them because I still feel uncomfortable in a 34. But I want to get down to a 31 size pants waist. And I believe that should be right around that 170 weight, as long as I continue to maintain muscle or gain and continue to lose fat. And that's how, the next 25 pounds should get me to that waist size. Hope that answers it. If not, ask me any questions you have. Um, Texas Shane. I made it better late than never. Work has been crazy lately. Hope all is well with the Tide family. Welcome, Texas Shane, my friend. It's good to have crazy work for a little bit. GPNet Real. Tuesdays are my welcome. Tuesdays are my shot day on 5 milligrams of Tide. Love it so far. That's awesome. Congrats, my friend. 5 milligrams was super good to me. I can't complain. I mean, I did 5 milligrams from December till now, till last week. Super good to me. Just Greg, dude. Good evening from Just Greg. Welcome, Greg. See, we got some people coming in from the bushes, so what they call it. You're in the bushes when you're not writing. If you're in the bushes right now, we got 40 people right now. Hit the like button and say a comment. Just say hello. You don't have to sit there and chit chat too much if you're not a chit chatter like the rest of us. But if you're in the bushes, go ahead and say, "Oh, I just lost two people. We had 42 of them jump ship as soon as I said that." They're like, "What? We got to talk? I'm out of here." Oh, that's funny. Probably had nothing to do with that, but well, back up to 39. One of them came back. Yeah, that's true. I just mentioned you, Texas Shane. It's one of those comments where I'm like, I don't know who told me that. Was it Travis? Was it Texas Shane? B All? I confuse those guys all the time. Somebody told me that. Oh, Carol's also on Tuesdays. Shot, everybody. Favorite day of the week, shot day. Man, I still love shot days. I look forward. Thursday mornings is like Christmas morning to me. Do you all feel that way? Put it in the comments there below. Do you get excited for Shot Day? Is it like exciting to you? Does it feel like Christmas? Do you feel like you got to pinch yourself like I can't believe that this liquid that I'm about to inject into myself keeps me so clear minded and so and it's changed my life 180 degrees. Do you guys feel like that, or am I weird? Am I just a weird dude? Is everybody like, dude, what's wrong with you? Why do you make such a big deal out of Shot Day? Let me know. You guys mention it. Say it. Say it. Tell me. Keeping It Real says, I think I'm going to stay on 5 for a while. I use AGS, XR, RX, H-less RX, H-less RX. That's a cool one. It's a cool name. I haven't heard of H-less RX, but you like it. It's working. Stick with it, man. That's one thing I said from the very beginning. People are like, oh, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now it was broke. 3 months, staying around the same weight. It could be the muscle growth, whatnot. I do feel better in my clothes. My clothes does fit better, especially around the waist. So um, it could just be that. But I feel like it was broke. I need to fix it. So that's why I changed to compound terzepatide. Well, there's other reasons. I keep meaning to do this. I need to do an update video to that other video. My wife, my sister, and myself we're all on GLP-1s, and I help my sister out. So my wife and I pay for all three of us, and we've been paying since day one. So um, it was okay at the lower doses when it wasn't as expensive, and at the beginning we had free boxes that we got. But we all have reached a point where we're all at the higher doses now, 7.5, 10, and 7.5. So it's not cost effective to continue on Zepbound. um, I was able to get this compounded terzepatide from Joy and Bell for, I think it comes out to like $500 or $700 less um, per month than Zepbound. I would have liked to have stayed on Zepbound, and I feel an obligation to, I'm not gonna kick my sister off, like tell her, hey, we're not gonna pay anymore, and you got to pay for yourself, so you better go and compound it. Um, so I didn't want to do that, and then she's on compounded having some sort of side effect or something she's unsure about, and we're over here still doing Zepbound. So we made a pact thing that we're going to stay on the same medications and work through it together. So when it was time for us to, you know, save some money and make it more cost effective, then it was we're all going to do this together. So we're all going to join Bell. So, and if you decide to go to join Bell, look in the description for a 5% discount. It's in there and it does help. Nikki says, Julio, that's great advice. That's what Atomic Habits says about building habits. Start small and build. Yeah, and I'll even go farther than Atomic Habits and say it's not even a habit, because I've been told that a lot too, and I wouldn't even call it that. I would just call it uh so I look at it and I say this a lot. It's like finances. Like I used to live most of my life growing up, my 20s and 30s. I used to live paycheck to paycheck. I lived at my means. I didn't live above my means because I paid my bills, but I didn't live below my means, right? Try to follow me. I know this is kind of crazy, but I didn't live below my means. So when and I got married that way. My wife and I, we bought a nice house, put a pool in. We had Antonio. We had Shelby already was 10 years old, and the bills were there. And then we had the financial collapse of 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we lost our house to a short sale because we were living at our means, and when things got tight, we couldn't do it, right? So we sold our house, ended up renting, building our credit back up, and then we moved into this house. This house was well below our means, and we said, you know what? As we rebuild, we'll just we bought it for $119,000. This house is 2,400 square feet, 4 2.5. It didn't have the pool. We put the pool in, but um, we bought, and it needed a lot of work. We redid almost everything. But so overall, we put with the pool and everything, we were like a 200 and I think 250,000 is what we put in. What we were at total with everything we put into it. So somewhere around the 260 maybe. Anyways, still cheap. $1,300 a month, super cheap. Well below our means. We do okay financially. Middle class. We're not wealthy. We're just middle class. But we do maybe middle to upper middle class. I don't know what you call it these days. It's hard to tell. Anyhow, we do okay. My wife's an accountant. She's got a really good job. She does well. I'm a real estate broker. I've got agents that work for me, and I do okay in real estate. Been doing it for a long time. So, my point, I digress. My point is that we live below our means because of that incident that we had, the bleep in our lives, that moment of defeat, financial defeat. So we live below our means. And so that if there is, knock on wood, not again, some sort of financial anything, we're both in real estate and we're always waiting for the hurricane season to really ruin our careers, because if we get several hurricanes in a row and people stop buying houses in Florida, we would be in trouble. So, there's always that. There's always some fears. Anyhow, my point is, long story to say, that we keep our finances below our means, and same I do with working out and anything that, to sustain it, just like sustaining our finances. I'm below my means. I want to sustain my cardiovascular workouts, my workouts, all that. To be able to sustain them for a long time, I want to be below what I could do. So could I run now? Probably could. Could I do an hour on the treadmill every day? Probably could. Could I sustain it? Probably not. I'd probably go about 6, 8 months, and I, just like in the past, I would be like, I'm not doing this again. So I don't think, even if I went 6, 8 months, it still wouldn't build a habit, because it would be something that I'm pushing myself white knuckling to do. Now, when I started walking at like 1.5. That's super slow on the treadmill. I put it on 1.5, and I wanted to walk for 10 minutes, and that's it. And there's times where I got off of it at 5 minutes, and I told myself, you're not defeated when you do less. So what I've done is that I've set myself up to where I walk when I want to walk and when I feel like it. And I don't have a plan. I only do what I feel like doing that particular moment. Today on my video that you guys will see tomorrow, probably tomorrow, when I got to the gym, I got very little sleep in Puerto Rico. Then we traveled, traveling, and I ate heavier and heavier food. So when I woke up this morning, I was exhausted. I was tired. I was physically tired, and I didn't go to jujitsu. And when I got to the gym parking lot, I was like, I'm probably not gonna work out today. That's what I told myself. And I even said it on the camera because I was filming. I said something like, I don't know if I'm going to do anything because I'm exhausted. And I went inside and I got on the treadmill and I put it at like 1.5, 1.7, something like that. And then I went up to 2.2 and 2.5, 2.7. And next thing I knew, it was like 27 minutes. And I was watching Lynn's videos. And then, you know what? I'll do a little bit of chest. And I put on the bench, I put on the 45 pounds. I felt really good. I'm like, yeah, this feels pretty good. And then I put on the 10 or the 25s, which is 185. And I did, I'm like, I felt a little bit heavier. Yeah. And just so you know, I normally do like bench and then I'll do like dumbbell press, 2 exercises for the same muscle, chest. And when I got to 225, it felt really heavy. And I was tired at that point. That was like my fourth set, my fourth set. And I stopped. I went ahead and stopped. So I stopped doing chest. I normally go to 245 and then 255. I stopped at 225. Took the weights off. I don't want to injure myself and I don't want to push myself. I'm tired. I was tired. And then I went to, instead of doing the second exercise for chest, I was already tired. I already done 30 minutes on the treadmill. I went and I did dumbbell curls. And I normally do dumbbell curls and dumbbell hammer curls after dumbbell curls and after doing 2 sets, 2 different exercises for bench, for chest. So my point once again is I did it below my means. Could I have pushed myself and done a full workout? Yes. But how many times am I going to push myself and white knuckle something that I don't want to do and push myself and be this strong man, this motivator, this, do it. Come on, push yourself. How many times am I going to do that in my life and keep wanting to do it? Some people do, I'm sure there are people that want to do that. I don't. So if you're already saying you hate walking, then you definitely don't want to try to push yourself to walk for 20, 30 minutes because you read it, not read in a magazine. That's not the way we do it. Because you heard from somebody or somebody said, if you're not doing 30 minutes, you sustain 30 minutes at 130 beats per minute on the heart rate, you're not losing any fat. You're not burning fat. That's what I used to be told. And that's what I used to be. And that's why I say I used to read in magazines. I used to read the muscle magazines and read that stuff back in the day. And I used to believe that. If my heart rate wasn't 150 beats per minute, I wasn't burning fat. I wasn't in fat burning zone, whatever they call it now. So, all right. I digress. I'm almost 30 minutes behind now. Texas shit. I got shot out and I missed it. That's funny. Travis says, Dicky, just like Julio says, I started in walking pad for a few minutes a day, turned to 10, 15 minutes. After a couple months, it seems fruitless when you start slow, but it is not. Yes. And look at Travis now. Travis walks, what is it, like 22,000 steps a day or something like that? It's insane, but he's used to it. He's been doing it for a long time. He's not white knuckling. He's not pushing himself. He enjoys it. And that's, to me, that's the key. That's the key. Question from Carol. She's like, dude, that was 30 minutes ago. Just curious if anyone here has an autoimmune disorder, and if so, has it gotten better on GLP-1s? For you, did you have to get to a higher dose to see a difference? Great question. I don't have an autoimmune. I would love to see the answers. So I wonder what has been said. Todd says, gangsta, yes, and it's helped. Carol says, I didn't want to go to the gym tonight. I even drove there and saw how packed it was in the parking lot. I heard your voice, Julio, say Just go in and push and pull something. So I did. You know what? That deserves a dance. Still in here. Here we go. I love that, Carol. Thank you for letting me know that. Come on, everybody, dance. Come on. This is an easy dance. I don't know how to dance. Wow, this feels good, actually. Move around a little bit. Carol listening to Julio's voice at the gym. Getting that workout in. Now, Nikki, now you're going to hear my voice when you look at the walking pants. You know, Julio told me just to get on it for 1 minute. What's 1 minute going to do? I'm going to do a minute. I love that. Lisa Brockton says, I have decided I want a goal body, not a goal weight. I want to be strong and healthy for my old age. For your mature age, Lisa. You're not old, you're just mature. And that's a great way to look at it, you know. And that's the thing. I think we all just need to kind of work with our own minds and our own selves. And you know, now that we have this clear mind, because we're not thinking about food all the time, we can manipulate our own minds and brains into, you know, be feeling that motivation, that the way that we look at things and the way that we move in life now is different. So it's a great way to look at it. I like it. I like it, Lisa. That's correct, Todd. BMI is bogus when you're jacked. As far as the fat, right? I mean, it's not. It's still reading what it's reading, right? It's still a math equation. It's still math, right? But it's not taking is not a way. You know, body mass index is body mass index. It's not body. It's not BFI. It's not body fat index, which is the way we think about it. When we're told we're obese, when we're told we're overweight, we think we're just fat. But a bodybuilder with, you know, 7-10% body fat, that has a six pack, and you can't even pinch his fat, is a 30 BMI, but that is his body mass index, and he should be proud of being a 30 BMI. You know, and you know, anybody who's got a body mass index of 30 that has no fat should be proud, should be proud of having all that muscle, you know, and being that big. That's why I say that. I said I don't want to uh I don't want to be a 20 BMI or 15 BMI. Not right now. Why? Because I want to keep muscle or gain muscle as I lose the fat. But I want to have that 15 BMI fat content in my body. If that makes sense. Good night, Devil Dog Jeff. Thanks for coming in, my friend. I'm sure you're gone by now. I'm sorry I missed you. I hope you watch the replay and you hear your buddy Julio saying good night. Yep, we'll see you on Sunday. Good evening, dude, and rest in peace, Dolly Parton. We lost her today. Great entertainer, beautiful, beautiful woman. And my mom loved Dolly Parton. My sister called me today, sad, because she's like, man, Dolly passed, and I wanted to pick up the phone and call mom and say, Mom, you're not going to believe what happened. And there was no mom to call. So it was kind of we had a moment. TJ says, how's 7.5 treating you? So far, no side effects to really speak about. And but I was on vacation for 4 days. So we'll see this week. Should be more telling as far as the weight loss, if it's going to move to scale or not. We will see this week. But thanks for asking, TJ. How far behind am I? 9:39, 9:59, 20 minutes. I asked this question like 20 minutes ago, so I'm definitely way behind. But you guys are answering. Terry says, I wait for shot day all week. Jody says, yes, I love my shot day. Zach says, I get excited for Fridays. That's my shot day. I also get to make my videos too. That's right. That's right. That's another channel. And I didn't mention you, did I? Sorry about that, Zach. Yeah, it's a great channel. I love Zach's channel as well. I love all channels, but I really do love Zach's channel. Check him out. Check him out. He's got some cool channels about good videos lately about his sleep study. So check it out. Denise says, I love shot day. Kraken. Shot day. Look forward to it all week long. Behold loves shot day. Lisa loves shot day. Leanne, absolutely. Even I am losing slow. I absolutely look forward to my shot day. That's right, because it becomes not even just about the scale. It's just knowing that it takes the food noise away, keeps the food noise away. That we're still, even if we're not losing, we're maintaining, we're not gaining, because that's also a victory. We got to remember that. Like even though we're not losing, like I'm stuck around the 195 for like 3 months, but guess what? I'm not 220, and that's what would happen if I got off this medication. In 3 months, I'd be 220, 225 easily, 230, 240. So there's that. There's the opposite way it could go. So Lisa Brockington found your channel, Zach. That's awesome. Pam says, yes, I get excited about shot day. It's so exciting. I can't wait to get up and take it. They actually gives me more energy and fun and funny. I started playing that song, Shot, 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 for 3 years now. I love that. I love that. That's my favorite song to play. I mean, that's in my head. That was in my head since day one. I always thought that song was funny, was fun. Little did I know I would end up here. Carol says, I used to love shot day since I got on 5 milligrams. I've been dreading it a little. Hopefully that will change the longer I'm on it. Or go back down, Carol, if it's killing you, I don't know. I can't remember if you're on the pen, on the quick pen or the single dose pen. But if you can titrate down a little bit, if you can change it down to, 4 milligrams, if you can do that. If not, then going back down to 2.5 range, I don't know. Talk to your doctor. But shouldn't be suffering, at least for too long. So Pam says 7.5 and 10 Manjaro were the best doses for her. She says 7.5 is working best in maintenance. Good to know. Zombies is in the house. What's up, zombies? Come on in, or welcome in. Come on in. You're already in. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Angie says, I learned that if you miss the Lilly Direct's 45-day renewal requirement, you can get the discounted price again if your provider sends in a new prescription. I plan to try Bell. That is correct, Angie. I heard the same exact thing. You just need to restart again whenever you're ready. And that's why I've told people, because there are a lot of people that aren't happy with this. I've had some people get kind of angry that I went to Bell. And I told them, like, look, let me try this. Let me give it a shot and see, we can always go back to Zepbound. If this doesn't work, we're going to go back to Zepbound. So, and Angie, 5% description below in the description, 5% discount. if you haven't bought it yet. Oh, cool. Texas Shane is going to meet up with the downsize in Texas. That's awesome, man. That is exciting. Next month. That is awesome. Um, just remember, there's a meetup, a Riding the Tide meetup in Orlando, November 13th and 14th, and I'll be putting more information out on that. It's just food for thought for those of you that can make it. I'd love to see you there. Oh, Carol, I didn't know that. She says, I am told that I have an autoimmune, but they can't figure out what. My body is attacking my right eye and bad joint pain. Sorry to hear that. DB says, Julio, you are such an amazing man. Keep it up. Thank you so much. That is very nice of you to say that. Very kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Just I enjoy the community. I enjoy all of you, and we're all a big family. I feel like we keep growing. For me, all of you guys, everybody, we're all becoming tight and friendly and all that. So I look forward to meetups and meetings and cruises and the Sundays when we do the Zoom together. I really do enjoy that. I enjoy all the relationships. I love watching you guys talk to each other and you guys exchange information and numbers. And, I find out that so and so called so and people are finding each other. And all that is great. I think, it's an amazing, amazing community. It only keeps growing when I keep growing it. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You saying that. Good night, Todd. If you're still around, that was a while back on replay. It's 20 minutes ago. Nikki says, wow, that's an amazing deal on a house in Florida. If I'm ever in a position to buy down there, I'll need you as my realtor. Hello, my dream is to live there. And I appreciate it. And I hope that you do come down to Florida and I am your realtor. I would love to help you buy a house. But I will say, my house, that was 2012 when I bought this house. It is now around 650,000. So that 119 is long gone. It was short sale time. I bought it on a short sale. It was listed at 140 something and I offered 115 and we landed on 119. Hope to see you soon too, Toth. DB says, you saying if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is exactly how I feel about these new GLP-1s for weight loss. I'm happy with tirzepatide. I'm a diehard Tirs girl, an injectable at that. Yep, I'm the same way. If it's working, that's why if somebody asks me, like, oh, should I change this? I'm like, dude, if it's working, if whatever we're doing is working, don't change it. That's why people are like, are you ever going to get off the medication? I'm like, probably not. Because as long as it's working, I'm not going to test it. And people have had to test it, and they're more brave than I am. I don't want the food noise to ever come back. I don't even want to test it. I don't want to know. I'm afraid that if I get off of it and I'll be like, oh man, the food noise, and I'll have to get back on it and it won't work the second time. I'm afraid of that. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that this medication is still working? It's been 3 years and you're like, I wonder what it would be like to not be on this medication anymore. And you get off of it, you're like, 3 weeks into it, you're like, oh my gosh, that's what food noise felt like. Whew, I got to get rid of this. And you start taking the medication, you're like, why isn't it working? Oh my gosh, I would freak out. That's a nightmare. Keep you awake at night. Travis says, Julio, your words about sustaining are hitting me square in the head. I'm seeing cardiologist tomorrow for heart issue. I might be overdoing things. Brother, I wanna hug the camera right now. I wanna give you a hug, bro. I I I'm there with you, man. I want you to be happy doing what you're doing. And if you find yourself uh kind of just thinking, man, I haven't done this, or you know, uh something medical even worse, man. I hope you're good. Please let me know how things go with the cardiologist. But yeah, man. Definitely sustainable. You look great, dude. You've done an incredible job, man. And I hope you can find a happy medium where you're still, enjoying everything, but you're not, you know. I'm glad you said that, man. Please keep me posted, Travis. Uh, Reach out to me and let me know, please. Amy Glutide says, just curious, Julio, do you lift first or cardio first? Sorry if you already answered this, but I had to leave, take my headphones out for a little and come back. LOL. No problem. No, so I don't do cardio for cardio. My cardio comes from warming up before a workout, a weightlifting workout. So when I go to the gym, I don't touch the weights. Let me not say that. When I'm really tight on time and I cannot jump on the treadmill for 10 minutes because I'm super tight, I'm going to do like a 15-minute workout or a 20-minute workout, and that's it. Because I will do those, and I've done videos on those as well. Like if I just don't have the time, I'll lift weights literally for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll leave. When I do that, when I cannot get on the treadmill first, then because that's normally what I do. I will do a quick warm up of all my joints. My elbows, wrists, fingers. I stretch them out. Obviously, if I'm doing my lower body, then I'm doing warming up my legs. Definitely warm up my legs on the treadmill, anyways. But upper body, I still do this even if I don't get on the treadmill. But I try to warm up as much as possible. And so when I go to when I go to the gym, I get on the treadmill first. I know I'm going there to get on the treadmill to walk for 5 to 10 minutes. That's all I give myself. While I'm on the treadmill, I listen to a YouTube channel or motivational something, or Weightless, the book Weightless, Audible, or the book Enough, Audible, and I'm listening to something that's talking to me about GLP-1s, motivating me. And then literally while I'm on the treadmill, I'm like, man, I want to go on bench, or I want to go on curl, or I always use the words, and that's why Carol just said that. On my videos, I say I get the motivation. I'm at the gym just to hang out, and then once I'm there, I want to push something or pull something. Like I literally do. Like I literally start looking around machines, and I'm like, oh, I think I'll do that today. I'll do this. So that helps me get to that point where I want to work out, and then I end up doing a great workout. So the only time, like today, I walked on my walking pad this morning just to move. I'm gonna do 10 minutes. That's what I told myself, and I was on it for 30. And I literally looked down, and I'm like, wow, it was 22 minutes on the walking pad. I went to do 10, and when I checked it, because I was watching a YouTube video, next thing I know, it's 22 minutes on the treadmill. I'm like, oh, I might as well do the next 8. And then I kept watching the video, and before I knew it, it was 32 minutes, 31 minutes, something like that. And then I turned it off. I'm like, all right, enough. I got to get some work done. So I did some real estate work, and then I went to the gym. I finished videoing inside the car, and then I had to do some real estate work in the car, because I can do real estate from my phone, iPad, from remotely from anywhere. So I did some real estate work. So I was in the parking lot for like 30, 35 minutes. And then I get out of my car, I go inside, which By then I was sitting for too long, so my back was like, I was like, oh man, my back is stiff. So I go inside and I was tired, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to do much. I'm not gonna do anything. And I went and got on the treadmill. I said hello to a few people that I know there. Went and got on the treadmill and started listening to Lynn and watching her videos. And next thing I knew, 30 minutes on the treadmill. And then I went on to bench press. And so I use it as a warm up, but it leads to cardio. I do jujitsu as well. Now, jujitsu is sometimes the most I do is 4 days in a week, and the least I do is zero. So, like, but the most typical is 1 to 2 days, right? So that really changes your TDEE. So that's something you really got to watch. But it's one of those things again. I don't force myself to do things. I woke up this morning. I wanted to go to jujitsu. I went one time last week. So I wanted to go this week several times. And plus, I didn't do any working out the last few days. So I'm fiending. I'm wanting to work out. I'm like craving it. And I woke up, I was going to do jujitsu, the gym, then jujitsu, but then real estate got in the way and I was tired. And when I was able to go to jujitsu, I was like, I'm skipping jujitsu today. And it's not a failure. It's not a skip. It's not like I failed. I always tell myself, you go to jujitsu when you want to go, and that's it, period. Point blank. I'm not going to jujitsu to work out. I'm not doing anything to work out. So just something to keep in mind. I hope that answers it. I probably answered it too much. Real GLP-1 journey. Wow. How are you doing? Hi, Julio. Hope you're doing well. Just to give you an update that I went down from 271 pounds to 216. Woo! Through doctor supervised Precipitide, disciplined nutrition, lifting, cardio, and consistency. That is fantastic journey. Congratulations on that. We've spoken before, haven't we? In 115 days. I feel like we've chatted before, but I'm so mature in my head that I forget a lot of things. But congratulations. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Nikki says, thank you so much for the advice, Julio. I needed to hear that. I don't hate walking, but it's very difficult for me physically. I need to build up my mobility, though. Yep, I agree. And Nikki, you can hit me up anytime you want to talk. You want to talk about it. You want to talk about anything. Any of you guys want to chat about anything. It doesn't have to be in the comments. We can talk, privately anytime you guys want to, reach out to me. My phone number is Googleable. I'm in real estate, so I'm reachable. You guys can literally go to Google right now and punch in 145 Realty, Julio Zayas. That phone number is my cell phone number. You can text me right now. I'll get the text. Like, I don't have a business phone, even though I'm a business. I'm a broker, and it's 145 Realty. But I'm reachable. So reach out if you have any questions. Travis, you're funny, man. I mean, glutide, you are so right. As great as TZ terzipatide has been for me, I might need to change in the future for any number of reasons. We are in the dawn of a new age. I love that. Yep, she is right. GLP-1s coming out are a great thing. That means more competition, and more competition equals lower price drops for us. 100%. When Reddit TrueTide comes out, I I I, I would venture to say that terzipatide is going to drop a cool couple $100 because people are going to jump ship big time. I mean, maybe not, but that's my guess. All right, 1019. Probably time to start wrapping it up here soon. Let me see. I don't want to miss anything. RE Catalyst came in at 10 o'clock, 20 minutes ago. Welcome, welcome. Lifting first, then cardio being most effective is a hill I'll forever die on. That's funny. But I guess the most effective uh, routine is one you stick to consistently, LL. So no judgment at all, either way. Hey, Virginia's here. Hello, Virginia. Yep. Pam says Dolly was incredible entertainer. She blessed many people. Yeah, she's fantastic. Old school for those of us that are mature. Interesting comment. I heard from somewhere maybe Dave on the pen that statistically people do better on compounded medications than they do on brand name. Zusac. That's an interesting point. I haven't heard of that. Jadi says, Julio, you had the best community here. Love it. It is fantastic community. I hope you guys are all going to meet each other and meet me on November. Yes, Jody. You got to make it. My live with Brittany is supposed to be on Friday, and I gotta look at that tomorrow. I gotta find out because I got a closing on Friday. I'm hoping it works out. I'm hoping it's an early morning closing, and then I can be on the live with Brittany at 1 p.m. I think. Um, but I may have to rearrange some things. I may have to cancel my closing. I don't know. No, I don't want to cancel my closing, but we'll see how that works out. Nikki, here's hoping for a better technical support with the live Friday. LOL, that last one was a mess, but so funny. Yes. So funny. Right, Julio. I see people who have gone off or changed from Terzipet to semi or took breaks, and many seem to be struggling yeah, with a with a with a stall, with a long stall. Yes. Yeah. That's it's like it's possible. Some people also claim, not claim, but they report that they were on whatever, Zeb bound for, and everything was working fine. And they went to compounded, and they're doing as good or better, or no change at all. There's a lot of that too. So but if it's not broke, don't fix it. I'll keep saying that as long as I'll keep saying that. Pam says I've never changed, and the only breaks I took were 2 weeks for medical procedures. Yep. Yeah, if you have to, you have to. For that. And she didn't have any stops until was way into maintenance last August. That's awesome. Carol says, I love this community so much. I hope that I can make some meetups and see you all. I do love our Zoom calls on Sundays too. Those Zoom calls are cool. I hope they keep growing. We keep meeting more people. If you become a member of this channel and you go to the member lives on Sundays from 7 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern, at 8 p.m., right around 8 p.m., I put a code from Zoom on there, and you can click on it and you come into a Zoom call and we all hang out and chat for another hour. Super cool. Hello, Ann. Welcome. Hello, hello. That was at 10:18, so about 10 minutes, just a few minutes ago. Welcome, welcome. You should still be in here then, unless you already jumped ship. We got 37 people, 38 people in here. If you all can hit the like button, I really appreciate it. That really helps out with the algorithm. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Juddy says, right, Carol, I love the Sunday Zooms. Yes, they're fantastic. DB's going to bed. Good night, Julio, and good night, Riding the Tide fams. Thank you, and good night to you, DB. Thank you for coming and all the kind words as well. Ann says she loves Shot Day. You were listening in. You were here. Yay. I love that. Shot Day's the best. Shot Day's the best. It really is. It's crazy. I love Shot Day so much. I mean, I've made several videos of me going to Walmart and picking up my medication. That's how much I love it. Cricket the Kraken says, Julio, I've been straining my forearm tendons by doing lat pull downs, trying to increase my weights. I don't know if you're asking, but I'm going to give you a little bit of piece of advice. Same thing with me with lat pull downs, but my lower left back, I strained something like a little pinch that I would start getting that I start getting there when I'm doing heavier weight. And since the very beginning, I would start bringing it down and I'm like, yeah, man, I feel this little pinch. So first, of course, I'll tell you, stretch everything out, which I'm sure you already do. You've been working out for a while, so you know to do that. But here's what I found. I lowered the weight because it didn't hurt if I did it with lower weight. And as the months went on, I would increase to that lower weight and it didn't hurt. But if I increase, if I kept going up, then it would start hurting again. So my strength has increased without it pinching, without straining it. So try that. Go back on your weight, go back down to where it doesn't hurt. And just do that and sustain that as long as you can. Do it for as long as you can, then increase very slowly and see how you feel your forearms. And of course, warm them up and let me know. Report back to me and let me know if that works. But I'm not a doctor trainer. I'm not a licensed trainer or none of that. So don't sue me when your tendons pop straight out of your arm and poke you in the eye. It's not going to happen, but if it does, you can't sue me because I told you I wasn't a personal trainer. That's my cover. No, but let me know if that works. If you can do that. You've probably already been doing that, but oh, Pam, I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I watched like 50 of her videos. She's right here on my thing, on my feed. I watched a bunch of her videos. If you guys are ready to write down, actually, I'm gonna put it in the comment. I'm sure it's in the description below, but I'm gonna put it in the comment anyways. It's right here.
Welcome to my Beyond the Skill Fridays. Today we are talking about better sleep.
So I'm putting it in the comments, Pam. It is at Ling 919 at Ling LYNG 919, and I am sending it in the chat. So the link should be there at the bottom. And yeah, go check her out. She's very close to getting monetized. Like I said, she's got over 1,000 subscribers, but she's got to get her 4,000 hours. So if you guys go to her channel and just start watching her videos, letting them run. Don't just turn them on, turn them off. That's really bad for the algorithm. Turn on her videos, and if you can't watch them for some reason, lower the volume and just put it down to the side and let it run. Help her out, her channel. Plus, she's got great content as well. I like Lynn. I call her Ling because that's how she spells her handle. But it's Lynn. Lynn's channel's good. She's good. Pam's channel is really good too, and Pam can use some help as well. I mean, we all can. So at Manjaro Journey with Pam. So go show her some love as well. Good night, B Hall. Sorry if I missed you, my friend. Catch me on the live. Ari says, could that be because compound GLP is involved less oversight and are often used at higher doses beyond 15 milligrams than Zepbound or Manjaro 50 milligrams max doses? Actually, Zepbound 15 milligram is actually almost 18 milligrams because Zepbound and Manjaro vials, which would be the equivalent to a compounded, they add, I think is about, I could be wrong, but I think it's about 12 units extra in the vial because, you're supposed to put more in the syringe so that you can get rid of the air and then squeeze some out. So they put more in the vial so you can have that much, I guess. That's why they do it. My assumption, I guess. Anyhow, they do that. So if you do the math, right? 10 units of 15 milligrams is like 3 milligrams. 2.5, at least it's 2.5. I know it's 2.5 at least, but there's still more in there. So I think it's like 3.5 milligrams in addition to the 15 milligrams that's in there. So, I mean, I don't even know what the question was when you asked this, when you make the statement. So I'm sure I apologize. Could that be because compounded GLP is involve less oversight and are often used at higher doses? I think the statement to say that it involves less oversight could go either way. My doctor is an obesity doctor. He gave me the box, and I haven't seen him since unless I asked to see him. So there's really no oversight from my doctor, my PCP, on Zepbound. I hear that on insurance companies require oversight from the doctor, like more doctor appointments and tests and all these things. I've heard that. I don't know how true that is across the board with every insurance company, every insurance policy. I doubt they're all created equal, right? But so I don't see where, but you're right. There's a lot of telehealth companies that there's zero oversight, and you can get the medication without even speaking to anybody. It gets mailed to your house, and then good luck. And I see that on Facebook all the time. People asking, "Hey, I got this," and they're showing you all these syringes and all this stuff. Like, what do I do with it? Am I supposed to fill it up? And they don't know how to read milliliters, milligrams, and it can be confusing because I'll bounce the doses off my wife and my sister just to make sure that I'm not missing something, that I didn't miscalculate something, because it can get confusing. I mean, it's not super easy. So there's a chance of that as well. David, what's going on, man? Started on Sema, so sick. Stuck with it for 7 months. Switched to TERS, never looked back. If it's not working, don't be afraid to look a different option. That is correct. Yeah, the reverse of if it's not broke, don't fix it is if it's broke, fix it, which is what I did now, right? This is when I took the opportunity to jump ship and try compound it and do other stuff because I went this long, everything was working fine in the last 3 months, stalls, kind of just, I try different things. I try to fix it. I try to do the proper things, nutrition, more walking. I pulled up my step, increased my steps. I lowered my calories. I redid my TDE. I looked at things, this way, that way. I changed my carbohydrates, and I'm still stuck between that 195 to 199. So if it's broken, fix it. Now I change to a higher dose, and I change to compound it from Zepbound. So yeah, uh, that's an option as well. And yeah, congrats, man. You did the right thing. That's very common thing that people say, that semaglutide, because semaglutide doesn't have the GIP. GIP is the actual it's actually for like nauseous to not nausea. Not, I don't know how to say that word. Nausea, not getting nauseous, feeling like you're gonna throw up. Apparently that's in the post man, I'm not good with medical words. Postremus part of your brain is where you feel, that makes you feel nauseous when your stomach uh, gets full, and GIP is supposed to be the compound, or the molecule. Yeah, the molecule, the peptide that takes care of that makes that better, and that's why people have less side effects on tirzepatide versus semaglutide. That's just straight GLP-1. It's what I've heard. I'm not a doctor, so look into it. But it worked for you, and that's awesome. Congrats. Hey, there's my at Ling 919. Yep, go watch her videos, Pam. Everybody, and go watch her videos so she can get a bunch of. It'd be great if all you guys go, and we all go, all of us, and watch all her videos and comment on them. Say, hey, writing the tie, send me here, and I'm watching your videos so you can get your 4,000 hours watch hours, so you can get over. I think she's like at 3,000. She's like 1,500, something like that. So, or like, I don't know. So she needs some, but watch all her videos, as many as you can. Show her some love. Charles, yeah, we're still going, man. Yeah, where have you been? Lisa, where have you been, man? Oh, Dad called you. Hope everything's all right. Again, always talk to Dad. That's right. Trying to talk some sense into him. That is funny, brother. Yeah, just remember what food noise did to us. Nobody could knock any sense into me. I was still going to eat junk food. If he's got food noise, he needs medication. It's an illness. Just be kind. Be kind to those with food noise. Yep. All right, guys. I guess it's that time. Yep, he will get there. Oh, sorry to hear that, my friend. Well, let's wrap this thing up on that note. Thank you, guys. You for coming out tonight with me. I had a great time. Too. Um, until Sundays is the next live for members. I hope you, if you're not a member, you become a member. and subscribe to the channel. Bring your friends. And as always, keep riding the tide. Until next time, my friends, good night.